Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. So tonight I'm reviewing this fella, Nottingham Brewery, extra pale ale, 4.2%, yeah, single malt, golden colour and succinct flavour, I can't even say that word, complemented by its piquant essence of hop character. These like their words, these fellas do. Given a well-balanced, refreshing ale consumed on its own or as an ideal accompaniment to a wide range of foods. Now, I have drank this before in Wetherspoons, Sherwood, and also at the Beer Festival before. I'm sure I have. So, nice hoppy aroma. Described as an EPA, extra pale ale. Look at that. It's the spot that does. So, golden pour, good carbonation lacing, big white head. I got this from adventurebeer.com, which is a local company that deliver local beers to the, well, mainly Nottingham, but also Derby and Leicester beers as well. To Nottingham and that, although you can get a delivery, but the delivery I think is £8.99 if you live further afield. But let's be fair, if you live further afield, it's worth getting, and especially if you like Nottingham beers that much, and you want to try, because let's be fair, there's a lot of people out there who just want to try new beers, like myself. So to put a good order in, 80 quid or something daft like that, and get your £8.99 delivery, it's not so bad then. You know, you wouldn't want to do it on a £20 order because it wouldn't be worth it. So, it says here, the oldest name on the local brewing scene, with origins that can be traced back as far as 1847. Obviously, it's changed its hands a few times during the years, and they've also added 2 pubs to their portfolio, with the Frame Breakers in Woodington and the Plough Inn in Radford. Plough Inn? Heard of that. Despite their name, the beers go out as far as Wiltshire, London, Portsmouth and beyond. And the beers are Extra Pale Ale, 4.2, this one. Legend, that's a bitter, 4%. Dreadnought is a bitter, 4.5%. Bullion is a pale at 4.7%. And Robin Hood is a bitter at 3.9%. They also do Rock Mild, which is an English mild, obviously, 3.8%. Supreme Bitter at 5.2%. Rock Bitter, did I say that? I don't know if I did. Sooty Stout at 4.8%. Centurion ND, another mild, at 4.9%. So good range of beers. Aha. So St Peter's Street in Radford, Nottingham. I bloody know St Peter's Street, round the corner from the Arboretum. So you learn something new every day. You know, I actually thought these were in the Meadows, but that you learn. So, first review from this company, even though I've drank it over the years. So, it's a nice hoppy nose. Nice bit of floral in the notes. Obviously, it's malty, you know, and a very good beer for this time of the year. If the weather was actually decent, which it isn't. It's sadly raining again, so can't be the weather, can you? Not good beer garden weather. All right if you sat in a pub, but with a coat on, but not good in the beer garden. Oh. So, just been splitting plants on the front garden, and as you do, I've got eucharis and grasses that grow on the front garden, and after 2 years they get to the stage where they need to be split and it refreshes them, it vitalises them. Obviously you've got to be careful that you don't knacker them and end up with no plants. But split them, and I've got a good, a good 100 plants already now in pots. See if they grow. If they grow, fair play. If they don't, then I'll reuse the compost and start again. And it's amazing what you can do in your garden. You know, if you grow herbaceous perennials, when the weather goes like this, it's a great time to do a bit of splitting, as long as it don't kill your garden or make your garden look worse. I mean, my garden looks a little bit less now, but it needed doing. And I also want to put some new plants in the front garden, just to add more colour. So I've got the foliage which adds colour from both the grasses and the euchera. I want flowers as well, just add a bit more colour. Hence why I've split them, moved them apart a bit, and generally doing a bit of a sort out. And the downside now is I ran out of bloody pots, but you can't win them all. Nice twang in the back end as well. And yeah, like I say, I've had this from my local Wetherspoons a few times. You know, you go in, you look at the bar, Nottingham Brewery, I'm having that. And obviously they do a lot more than that as well. I'm not even sure if Wetherspoons are open at the moment. You know, a lot of pubs are, and some are obviously taking their time to reopen, evaluating it. I need to go in this weekend. A friend of mine was in the pub last night and he was drinking his, well, it looked like it was in a Carlsberg glass, so whether it was Carlsberg or not, I'm not sure, but it was definitely a lager. And it was £4 a pint, and they're usually about £2.50, £2.70. So have prices gone up in pubs? I mean, £4 for a pint of Carlsberg, you know, that's pushing the old, you know, there's supporting pubs and then there's looking and thinking, I'm not paying £4 for a pint of Carlsberg. You know, that's it if it was Carlsberg at least. I mean, for real ales and bitters, you're going to be paying anything from £2 upwards. And obviously if it's something special, you're going to be paying anything up to £8-9 a pint. Obviously you're not going to have many pints at £9. Unless you're rich, and there's obviously a lot of people out there with more money than me. So I think I paid about £2.60, £2.80 for this bottle. It's, when you buy from breweries, you're going to be paying brewery prices, you're not paying supermarket prices, and it's always something, you know, to remember. They have to make their money, and obviously when it goes to the pub it's probably about £2.83 a pint as well, so it's about right. And you know, on the cost of pints, I mean, I've never seen this in the shop to buy, so you know, it's not like something that's mass produced. It can be produced for a much lower price. I think I've had a couple more of their beers. I've Bullion rings a bell, and the Robin Hood rings a bell as well. But obviously over the years you drink that much and you don't remember all the beers that you've had. Oh. So hopefully the weather next week is supposed to be, if you believe BBC weather forecasts, it's supposed to be perking up. We're supposed to be getting some sunny weather, some nice weather. We'll have to make a change because it's we certainly haven't had the best of it just recently. It's alright, it depends what job you're on. If you're working outdoors, it's not the greatest when it's chucking it down with bloody rain. No, not the greatest at all. In my present role I'm in at the moment, there's talk of getting a polytunnel, so at least if it does chuck it down, I can divert and do work inside, like pricking out seeds. There's so much you can do, and obviously it all helps. There's no downtime because you're still keeping busy, and to be fair, I like to keep busy anyway. Keeping busy is the best thing. I'm not trying to kid people into, you know, I learnt at Sainsbury's that working hard passes the day so easy, and and they can see how much work you do. And that's why I always had a good. I always got on really well there because of the fact that my work was unbelievable, and I didn't prat about. I just got on with the work, got it done. Same as I do in the job I am now. Same as my last job as well. And like in any job that you're in, taking ownership means so much, because once you take ownership of your job and own that flipping job, so say it's like grass areas and all that, if you get it looking, if you get the quality up there, yes, it takes a bit of time to get the quality up if it's not been that great before, or if it's just you get the quality up there, and then the job gets easier because you're making it easier. You've put the effort into making it easier. And those that slack off, do bugger all, and then wonder why there's a shitload of work, and then start whittling, I need help and all that, and you think to yourself, yeah, but if you'd have pulled your finger out in the first place, you'd already own it and you wouldn't be behind. I've seen it in my last job where they were just ticking that they'd done jobs. So, going out to sites and just ticking on the front, yeah, that's done, that's done, that's done. And obviously somebody goes out, inspects the work, and they get found out. They've lied, so straight away you've already done yourself, because if you get caught out as a liar, then they already know what you're like, so they're watching you even more. And obviously, and it looks like it in this job I'm in now, we're being 2p'd over. So the new bosses, the operation, we've got an operations manager and then a contract manager. The operations manager is old school, and he already on day one, he's already sussed the place out, and my chats with him, and put me in a place where I actually came away from 2 other jobs because I believe what he's saying. So it should be good. And hopefully then my anxiety will come down and life will be more joyous. Because enjoying life's what it's all about, isn't it? If you're not happy in your job, try to be happy, but if not, then move on. But obviously at the moment, the jobs, but the thing is, there are lots of jobs out there. There's lots of people who've lost jobs, but there are lots and lots of jobs out there. It's just changing what you're doing, moving on to something else. Retraining. If you can afford to retrain. I mean, sometimes I look at, my dad was a plasterer, and, bloody hell, in my own house, being able to do plastering would be fantastic. But there's joinery, plumbing, and they're all interesting crafts, and it's like anything. If you've got the interest to do it and do it properly, it's all about doing it properly. I mean, anybody can do joinery work, anybody can lay slabs and that, but to do it properly, there's an art to it. And people can blag their way for anything, but the quality of the work shows through in the end. Anyway, that's my thing on life. Forest lost last night, bit disappointing, but what can you do? They're going to lose games. The thing is now, we're 7 points above Derby, which is great. Obviously, I'm not being able to Derby, but obviously, Forest fan, I mean, for me, I'd rather see Forest and Derby go up. I wouldn't want to see Derby go up at the expense of Forest. No. And, hopefully, luck is with us this year, because a lot of this football is down to luck and being lucky at the right time, and we've been unlucky enough in playoffs. So, I mean, Derby have been unlucky in playoffs as well. Crystal QPR put paid to that. What's his bloody name? The footballer. Oh, I can picture him. The black youth. I can't remember who he is. Fucking hell. Yeah, because he's got legend status at Nottingham Forest. But that's the banter between football clubs, isn't it? You've got to have some banter in life. But there's banter, and then there's going too far, and you know, being, yeah. There's a lot of people out there who've got serious issues, and sometimes in life you need to look at yourself. I look at myself, and none of us are perfect, and I try to be a good person, and I think that's where we all, you know, that's the way we should all be. I do wonder what Donald Trump sees in the mirror, but then again, being a billionaire, he can do what he likes, can't he? So, right, good twang to this. St. Peter Street. Bugger, when you obviously, I used to work on the Arboretum, so it's next door to Radford. And it's amazing that how much you close out over the years. You forget and you just close it out. Although, 20 years there, 19 flipping fantastic years mostly. Although the park now, wow, so sad how it's gone downhill. And you only need to look around Nottingham itself at parks and gardens and how it has. I mean, look at the Market Square, flipping slabs. I shared a picture on my Facebook post the other day of, or my friend did, of the Market Square back 12, 15 years ago, before they slabbed it all, when the flower beds were there, and it looked amazing. I mean, now it's just a fairground ride and the beach. And yeah, so sad. You know, flowers bring people into the city, and getting the flowers, growing them at as cheap as you can. There's ways of buying flowers, but without the expense. And I did that in Rushcliffe when I worked there, and saved them thousands, and grew that much stuff. And that's my hope for where I am at the moment. So we'll see if it transpires. But you never know in life, do you? Oh, so definitely getting that little bit of citrus, a little bit of floral in this. It's going down a treat. 17 minutes review. Jesus, mother. And this is where when you're in a pub, you're drinking, you're taking your time with the pint. I can't drink a pint in a couple of minutes unless I'm absolutely thirsty as hell. And you know, you don't get many short reviews with me, I'm afraid. And then I go off on tangents and stuff. And such is life. Oh. And me, I'm always looking for a project. So, I, as a gardener, can do gardening anywhere. I can work at National Trust homes. The only problem is National Trust, it's an hour's travelling. And that is where there's a limit to how much I want to drive. I've been offered jobs here, there and everywhere. And then I take into consideration the driving, and it's just, I don't want to do it. But to go to a place and make a difference, now that is where I'm at. I mean, I've literally got thousands of plants ready to go to this place where I'm working now, if things pan out as I'm hoping they do. And I mean, in some ways, it's making more work for me. But planting flowers and then having to keep the weeds down, you know, it does make work. But bringing colour, people love flowers. They want colour. No one wants to see green shrubs all year round. It's boring. You walk by, you think, no, they're interested in that place. But you put colour in shrubberies, and you know, and flower beds and that, and people go, God, that looks nice, doesn't it? Makes them feel happy. So, for me, really, I got a taste of nuts then as well. Bit of a nutty taste to it. And I've had no nuts today, so. So yeah, golden pour, good carbonation lacing, white head. On the nose, I forget now. Can't bloody remember. Definite malt on the nose. Hint of citrus. And I definitely got floral and citrus in the taste with a nice twang of bitterness. And overall, a really nice pint that I've had many times. It's nice in the bottle, fantastic on draft as well. Will we see a beer festival in Nottingham this year? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt we'll see Goose Fair. But hey-oh, you know, sacrifices have to be made to keep the vast majority of the population safe. There's no social distancing down Nottingham Goose Fair, and the same as the beer festival, there's no social distancing. Not when people have had a drink and all crowded into a space. It isn't happening. So it's going to be interesting. Even today, like 130 people died today. It's a lot of people dying still. I'll be lucky to survive, aren't you? So, I've known next door neighbours, old friends, they've all survived COVID. They didn't go in hospital, a friend of mine did. It was really, really touch and go. She got COPD and she pulled through, and she's at home now recuperating. It's a long process back because your body gets battered. And those out there that are so blasé, you know, if it hits you or your family and you're not one of these that, you know, is lucky enough to get it and feel no symptoms, then scary times. So, nice aroma, great tasting beer. You know, it's a taste of Nottingham for me, and being from Nottingham, yeah, it's lovely. Nice ABV on it, and overall went down well. Obviously, not a craft beer, more of a normal beer, but you know, there's a place for them all. Definitely a beer that traditional fans will love. Out of 5, 4.1 out of 5. Yes, hits the spot nicely. And bought from Adventure Beer. And I got it as part of my wife's my birthday beer haul. So 68 quid she spent on me. Bless her. And she's a good egg. And 29 years together, 22 years married in a few days. So I'm lucky. And that's it for this beer review. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I do apologise for the length of the beer reviews and for going off on blooming tangents. I'll try and keep it lower next time. But we're talking Nottingham, aren't we? You know, our heritage. And it's chuffing raining, so I'm going inside in a minute. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Stay safe. Cheers.